Kelpieone here on Stainedglasscuts. Today I'm going to show you how to make a pentagram, a symbol found throughout the world, and also how to easily embed it in a circle. A pentagram is the simplest regular star you can make by extending the sides of a regular polygon, in this case, a pentagon. Here are the tools I'll be using: a compass, a protractor, a ruler, an ultrafine point Sharpie, a glass cutter, a circle cutter, my running pliers, grazing pliers, and a couple of pieces of glass. To begin, I'll show you how I draw a pattern for a pentagram. First, I'll take my Sharpie and I'll make a mark in the center of my cardstock. Then, using my protractor, I'll line it up on the mark and make a mark at 0 degrees, 72 degrees, 144 degrees, 216 degrees, and 288 degrees. Then I'll draw 5 lines using my ruler, starting from my center mark, and I'll start just beyond it so it remains visible, and I'll draw a line through each of my degree marks. I'm keeping the center line visible, or I should say the center mark visible, so that I don't accidentally extend it. And I'll do that for all 5 of my degree marks. Next, I'll draw a circle, and this is where you can vary the size of the pentagram that you're going to make, and you can determine this by the size of the circle that you choose to draw. I'm going to make 2 so that you can see how we can do different sizes. So I have a large circle and a smaller one. Starting with the large circle, I'll pick a starting mark where a line crosses the circle. And then going around clockwise, I'll skip the next circle crossing, and I will draw a line between my starting mark and the second mark. Then, beginning with the end of the line I just drew, I will proceed to again skip the next mark and connect it, and repeat this process, each time skipping the adjacent mark. I'll work my way around until I have drawn 5 lines. And as you can see, we've created our first large pentagram. Then, going to the smaller circle, if you wanted a smaller pentagram, you would repeat this process. Again, I'm skipping that one mark in the middle, and I'm going to work my way around again. So as you can see, you can make your pentagram as large or as small as you like. Of course, you have to keep track of where your line is. I'm getting quite a few lines on this piece of paper. And you can play with this, and as you can see from what I've just completed, I've got two pentagrams within each other's. This might make a lovely piece in and of itself. So there you have it, how to draw any size pentagram pattern you might want. I used to use patterns to make pentagrams, but now I use my polygon cutter. A video will be coming soon on how to make this bad boy, I promise. So let's cut some pentagrams. First, I'll start with my blue piece, line it up on the center of my pentagram, or my polygon cutter, and I will proceed to score the lines necessary to make a pentagram. So there's our first one. Now for the second one. Doesn't sound like it's scored in the middle. There we go. So there we have our two pentagrams, and I did that in roughly 1 minute and 37 seconds. Now, taking my circle cutter, I'll center the pentagram in the cutter and adjust it so that my cutter extends just slightly beyond each of the points. Now I'm doing this to give myself room for a hanger or a border if you were going to copper foil this. So I just want it to go just beyond the edge into my points, equidistant. And once I've got that lined up, so I'm pretty consistent all the way around, I'll score my circle. So as you can now see, I've got my pentagram in a circle, and I'll repeat it for my orange one. Takes a little bit to line it up, but it's not too bad. Okay, and then I will score my other circle. And there we have them. Both of our pentagrams inside a circle. Okay, let's break them out. See my running pliers? I'll break out the pentagram first. Now, if you keep the sides oriented to the polygon in the middle, they'll line up perfectly for your pentagram. Next, I'll come back around and finish breaking out my circles. So as you can see, if you were going to copper foil that, you'd have a little border that you could work with. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to proceed to break out my next pentagram. I'll find a good starting point here. And what I like to do when I'm doing these is to do them in pairs. So what you can do is swap up the points. It makes it a little more interesting. And there you have it, ready for fusing or foiling. These are off to the kiln. And here are the results. Hope you enjoyed this video. All the materials and tools I used are listed in the description. Thanks for watching. Cheers.